What a day. Look at our weather and look at this beautiful country club that we're surrounded by here on the grassy turf at the balcony overlooking Fire Rock Country Club. Thank you so much to the management and the staff, the director of golf, for having us today and hosting us. And today, my guest on Match Play with Ray Adams is the lady with the $1 million smile. She's the reigning Ladies British Open champion. Of course, I'm talking about Sophia Popov. Sophia, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
When Sophia won the AIG Ladies Open Championship last summer, I was in my living room pulling for you. And I jumped up after you had secured the title, and I said to my wife, she's got a $1 million smile. What a golfer. I want her on my TV show. Little did I know that a great friend of mine is friends with your mom, and all of this came together. Thank you so much for taking time out of your very busy schedule during the LPGA right now. A little bit of time off. How you doing?
Pretty good. So far, so good. Like you said, pretty busy, but those are all good things. We're happy when we're playing.
Yes.
So it's just been a nice few weeks to start the season. I have a week off now, which is nice, but also tends to be very busy because I squeeze everything into the 1 week, and then looking forward to starting our West Coast swing next week.
Yeah. Well, Sophia, you're born in America, but your family, especially your father, German citizen, mm-hmm. So you are a dual American and German citizen. And I want to talk a little bit about that, but first I have to say, your birthday, October the 2nd, mm-hmm. and that's also your best friend's birthday,
yeah,
Ann Van Dam, another LPGA Tour player. Both of you October the 2nd. I'm October 3rd, so of course she's a day older than I am, sort of. And October the 3rd, I understand, is German Reunification Day. It's a big holiday in Germany.
Yeah.
And is that something that you celebrate here in America with your family as well?
I wouldn't say we really celebrate it. I think even in Germany, it's basically a day off. It's kind of like our Independence Day, more or less, and all the businesses are closed, and everyone's off of work that day, and we kind of celebrate it in that way.
Sure.
But when we're here, the 3rd of October is just another working day for
Except
myself.
for it's my birthday.
Yeah,
now
and it's your birthday.
See, now I'll get it. Now I'm
it.
going to get a text from her.
Exactly.
Happy birthday, Ray.
Exactly.
No, very cool. Well, listen, All America at USC. We'll get to that in a couple minutes. But hey, I want to talk about your early years and growing up. And when did you decide to turn to golf? Because I know you have 2 older brothers, and I know you used to play hockey with them. Mm-hmm. And there were some, things that happened when you wanted to play hockey.
Duels.
Let's start there. How about playing hockey with the boys?
Playing hockey with the boys, not easy. I don't think I ever had the upper hand.
Well, you're younger and smaller.
Exactly. I'm younger and smaller, so basically they just, stuck me in goal and told me to hang in there for a little bit and not cry.
While they fired shots
While
at
they
you.
fired shots at me, and then they said, if you cry, you can't play with us.
If you cry, you're out.
If you cry, you're out. So I learned very early on to just be very tough if I want to play with them, and fell in love with hockey a little bit too when I was younger, ice hockey for most parts, and then that turned into street hockey, and
Sure.
We just did that a lot until I was 14, 15 years old, and I think then that kind of led to golf too. My dad loves golf, and
Okay.
Yeah.
Did he take you out the first time and show it to you, or were you growing up around it anyway?
No, I think he took us out when I was really young. I was maybe 5 or 6 years old, and he took us out just because I think he had to babysit us more or less, and he didn't know what to do, so he decided to play golf with us, and I just loved it from the first moment I was on the course, and I think I loved the fact that I could just hit the ball and kind of run after it, hit the ball, run after it, and I just enjoyed that, and I had a lot of patience for it, which is pretty rare. My middle brother didn't have it at all. So I think I just little by little started to love the sport and the junior team that I had around me, and just wanted to go almost every day.
Well, Sophia's mother is from America, Boston area. Her father is German. And I know the story of how they met on a ski lift, which is a very romantic story. And I also know, and we'll talk about this a little bit later too, but one of your great passions is skiing. Of course, it was, well, you were born into it, I guess. But your brothers, your mom said, because of how they picked on you a little bit and how, of course, they love you, of course, as their baby sister, but they did pick on you. They did put you in the goal. They fired shots at you and you couldn't cry. That really toughened you up. And I was told that you are a tough cookie because of it. Is that where you kind of got your little bit of a tough shell?
I think so. I think that, even maybe a little bit of it subconsciously, I think I suppress a lot of things, like if I'm in pain or if I got hurt somewhere or if I'm struggling with some injury, I think I have the tendency to suppress those things because I don't want to admit to them most of the times.
Yeah.
So I think in general it's made me tough in that sense, and just I'm not, I think, easy to I don't know what the best word for it would be, but basically I kind of do my thing. I try not to complain. I kind of, there are things that go your way and things that don't go your way.
Yeah.
And I feel like the more you complain about it, and the less control you have, the more it's going to hurt
Sure.
you in the end. So I think in that way it's made me a very tough cookie. And regarding golf, obviously kind of hanging in there and through a lot of the stuff that I've been through the last few years.
Well, you did go on to play golf. Your family had moved back to Germany when you were still young, and you were there really all the way through high school. You played in Germany, and I believe it was around at age 17, you were so good that you won the European Ladies Amateur Championship. This helped you get a scholarship to USC, and you became a Trojan, and while you were there, you were roommates with and played with Lizette Salas, who was on this show. Tell me a little bit, All-America, 4 years. Tell me about your days at USC.
I really cherished that time. I loved being at USC. I had an amazing coach in Andrea Gaston, some great assistant coaches, and Josh Brewer and Justin Silverstein. And I think that all of them shaped me to be just the golfer I am today. I think I learned so much during those four years, and not just on the course, off the course, and things that would help me play better, but they had nothing to do with golf. It was just being independent, relying on yourself a lot of the times, and just going out there and learning how to just play golf and not be dependent on swing coaches and on all kinds of people. So I think that, combined with having really great teammates, Lizette being one of them, and just them teaching me a lot over the years, that it was just a great combination. And I was pretty sad when it was over in 2014. But I think I was ready to turn pro at that time. But it was an amazing time.
Sophia Popov did turn pro after USC in 2014. And when we come back, stay with me. We're going to talk about those next few years and something that challenged her physically with her health that's very serious. She'll tell us about it. Stay with me.
We'll be back with more Match Play right after these messages.
Huh, Ridgeback. Ridgeback? That's pretty cool. So it's a brace for the face?
Ridgeback, like the dog.
I'm really a cat guy. So what is it?
The best feeling and longest metal woods you'll ever hit.
Was that Bernhard? Oh, great, Langer.
You know why I play Tour Edge? Because I win with it.
Pound for pound, nothing comes close.
You've heard me talk about Squares golf shoes and how they help you hit the golf ball further. And many of you are saying, oh, come on, Faldo, give us a break. How is that possible? But yes, they do. And it's proven with science.
What we noticed with the Square shoes was the shoe keeps the pressure in a more stable fashion towards inside of the trail heel, allowing pressure to get to the lead side, generating much more club and speed and distance gain.
Visit squares.com. Change your shoes, change your game. Squares, the distance golf shoe.
What's the difference between good and great? Good treats you like a customer. Great treats you like a friend. From saving your haircut details and clip notes to saving you time with online check-in, Great Clips makes your life easier, just like a great friend should. Great Clips, it's gonna be great. What's the difference between good and great? Good tries to get it right every time. Great actually does. With clip notes, we save your haircut details so you always get exactly the look you want. Great Clips, it's gonna be great.
Our windows have a story to tell, shouldn't yours?
Hi, I'm Bill.
And I'm Kathleen.
And we're the owners of American Vision Windows.
New windows not only beautify your home,
To make your home quieter, safer, and more energy efficient.
see the difference new windows can make in your home.
This month only, 0 down, 0 interest, 0 payments for 12 months, plus free installation on 8 or more windows.
We're still revolutionizing the home improvement industry, one customer at a time.
Call now or visit AmericanVisionWindows.com.
Check this out. I've got a proven new way for you to hit your drives longer, way longer. It's all about more speed, more than a driver, more than a ball. It's a system. It's easy, it's legal, and it's been designed just for you.
With the speed system, I just got ridiculously more distance, 20 plus yards. It works.
To find out how you can easily add 20 yards to your drives, go to add20yards.com right now. That's add20yards.com.
And now back to Match Play with your host, Ray Adams.
Welcome back to Match Play TV. Sophia Popov joining me. Sophia, when we left for the break there, we were talking about your turning pro, and I know for the next few years, you continue to play some professional golf as you got into your career. You played on the Symetra Tour, and during that time, something happened to you. You started feeling some physical health problems, symptoms. Tell me about it and what happened.
I think pretty early on my professional career, I think maybe just half a year really after I turned pro, I started just struggling with some health situations. I had just some weird symptoms. I had like 4 or 5 different symptoms that I started with.
Tingling
in my hands, my feet, fatigue. I was very, very tired all the time. I struggled with stomach issues. I couldn't keep any food down. I lost a lot of weight. I had these really piercing headaches that were just really, really intense, like migraine-ish, but then they would kind of be off and on. They wouldn't just like continue. It was just very weird, and I knew something wasn't right. And I think that a lot of doctors that I saw during that time may have just thought that the stress of playing as a professional golfer was the result, or that was the result of that, and I knew deep down it wasn't, because I've dealt with so much stress playing golf my whole life. So I think it was just very hard during that time to, first of all, find a doctor who would eventually diagnose the correct illness, and then at the same time just kind of having to battle through it mentally and at the same.
Well, how did that happen, Sophia? How did it this went on for a couple years before they figured out what it was, and it was your request and your parents' request that you actually said to the doctor who wasn't going to do it, we want a test for Lyme's disease.
Yeah.
And they did it, and it came back that yes, you had Lyme's disease. Now, we all know that Jimmy Walker has struggled with this. Other players and athletes, and maybe you at home or someone that you know, struggle with Lyme's disease. Sandra Gall, another LPGA Tour player, and German, you were instrumental in helping her figure out that she maybe had it as well. So after you were diagnosed, what did you do?
So immediately, I was actually kind of relieved with the diagnosis. Not that I was happy that I had it, but I think that I finally knew what it was, and I could actually, start coming up with a protocol that I felt like was necessary to beat the illness. Basically, I know you can't really beat it in that sense, but at least to get rid of all my symptoms. So I did a lot of my own research and resorted to mainly just going on a very strict diet. I cut, all sugars out of my diet. I went on a raw diet for a while, which if people don't know what that is out there, it was just fruits and veggies for 4 weeks.
Fruits and vegetables for 4 weeks. Now, this was a few years ago, and because Lyme's disease, once it's taken, residence in your cellular structure, your body, you have it forever. It's a chronic illness. Now, how is it today? And how were you able to play through competitively with that kind of an illness?
I think that just like my general drive on the golf course and everything that I do basically kept me in it and wanting to play, even though I knew I didn't have the strength and really the ability to play very well. But I loved the sport so much that I just wanted to continue. I wanted to go, and I didn't want to give up because I felt like, you know, it's something that because you couldn't grasp it at that time yet, it was like, okay, you're going to have to play through it until you really know what's going on. And as soon as I knew what was going on and I was able to fight it a little and then feel a lot better after the first 4 or 6 weeks, then it was crazy to me because I was like, okay, this is how I'm supposed to be feeling on the golf course.
Sure.
And not
you felt
how
healthy
I was
again.
Yeah.
All right, now from there you went on after the Symetra Tour for a few years, and I know in 2019 you went to the LPGA Q school, and one little tiny stroke kept you back from qualifying for your full exempt tour card. But you went on and you played on the Cactus Tour here in the Phoenix area, which is a regional mini tour. It is professional, and you did it to stay sharp and to play some professional golf against other good players, really. You won 3 times rather quickly on the Cactus Tour, of course. And then you were able to get into the Marathon Classic in Ohio. Tell me about that. And that's last year in 2020.
Yeah, so the 3 Cactus Tour events that I won, I mean, I wish I could say that it came easily. I think, you know, that first one's always a little bit tough, but it was nice to get those 3 under my belt. And then I went on to play the first Symetra Tour event. And then I found out that week that the Marathon Classic field wasn't filling up, so they were filling the field with five more Symetra Tour girls, and I was one of the top 5 on the Symetra Tour. So
did Anne tell you that, your friend?
Yeah, so it was actually another player, Perrine Delacour, who she actually made me aware. And Anne at the same time was saying, oh, I saw other Symetra Tour girls in the field, so I saw you didn't sign up. Maybe you can sign up. And I signed up, and because I was in the top 5 at that time, I got in. And so basically, thanks to the 2 of them, I even signed up for the marathon at all.
Well, and she tied for 9th place, so she's in the top 10. And you did not know they had to run out and say, you just qualified for the Ladies AIG Open Championship at Royal Troon.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I actually it was Anne. She gave me a FaceTime call as soon as I got out of the scoring tent, and she goes, we're going to Scotland together. And I'm like, what? And she's like, you qualified for the British Open.
Amazing.
And I had no idea. And
how
literally,
excited were you?
It's just amazing. I was so excited. I was actually a little bit nervous because I knew I had a really quick turnaround and wasn't sure how to plan those next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit nervous about the scheduling part, but I was very excited.
Now, before you went over to Scotland, and I know that because of the pandemic and you had to wait some time in the hotel, you know, you were not able to actually get out on the golf course and have a practice round at Royal Troon until Wednesday, one day to practice for a ladies major championship at Royal Troon. We're going to talk about that. But one quick thing, 30 seconds, didn't you caddy for Anne Van Dam as a favor to her one time between all of this somehow?
Yes. So the week after the first Symetra Tour event, there was a week, I had a week off before the marathon, and there was the first event on the LPGA, the Drive-On Championship at Inverness. And I said to Anne, I said, listen, I'm in the area for a week. I don't really want to leave home and then come back. All of these events are so close. So, you know, how about I caddy for you? Because at that time, she was actually going to, I think, carry her bag herself the first 2 events or pull it because she didn't have her caddy come in for those 2 weeks. And I said, I can caddy for you the first week if you want to. And she's like, are you sure about that? I'm like, 100%, I'd love to. And then she said, oh, that would be amazing. I'm really looking forward to it. And
you did.
And we had a really fun week.
You did. And I know that after and during the time that you were playing in the Ladies AIG Open Championship, some of the announcers and people were saying, well, she just caddied a few weeks ago. And I wanted to get that cleared up because you were not a caddy.
No.
You did it a one-time favor for Anne Van Dam, your great girlfriend. And when we come back, Sophia is going to take us all through that wonderful Open Championship that she won last summer.
We'll be back with more match play right after these messages.
Introducing Flag Assist, the simple, easy-to-use pin attachment that's changing the way people play the game. Flag Assist attaches to the flag pin to allow for faster, easier ball retrieval while eliminating turf damage around the cup. fully allowable under the rules of golf. Flag Assist is customizable, creating new avenues for course promotion, advertising revenue, and enhanced guest experiences. Visit flagassistgolf.com to see what it can do for your course.
Bobby Jones, 30 years of classic style for the modern man, now brings you the Jones Performance Cotton Polo. Lightweight and luxurious cotton hand feel with moisture-wicking comfort. The Jones Performance Cotton Polo is engineered with an exclusive blend of carefully selected cotton and the optimal balance of modal and spandex. It's the perfect combination of classic styling and modern fabric technology. Designed for comfort, engineered for performance, and built to last. Look good and stay comfortable, whether you're out on the town or out on the course. The Jones Performance Cotton features a 3-button placket with the iconic Bobby Jones player embroidery. For superior comfort, style, and versatility. Get it all in the Jones Performance Cotton Polo.
Cold weather golf just got a lot warmer. Introducing the G-Tech Sport 2.0 heated pouch. Don't let the low temperature keep you from going low on the course. If the pros trust G-Tech to play their best, you should too. Available now at gtechapparel.com.
You've heard me talk about Squares golf shoes and how they help you hit the golf ball further. And many of you are saying, oh, come on, Faldo, give us a break. How is that possible? But yes, they do. And it's proven with science.
What we noticed with the Square shoes was the shoe keeps the pressure in a more stable fashion towards the inside of the trail heel, allowing pressure to get to the lead side, generating much more club and speed and distance gain.
Visit squares.com. Change your shoes, change your game. Squares, the distance golf shoe.
And now back to Match Play with your host, Ray Adams.
Welcome back to Match Play TV. I'm Ray Adams with Sophia Popov joining us. And yes, in my hand, something that I have never held before, either the Claret Jug or this wonderful AIG Women's Open Championship trophy with right there Sophia Popov's name on it, the reigning champion from last summer 2020. Sophia, let me one more time give you this. And by the way, that's the real trophy that you have to bring to the next Open Championship, which is where will you be playing?
At Carnoustie.
Carnoustie. Now, you've played Carnoustie, and I think you even played there competitively, and you can tell us about that in a second. But back to this Open Championship last summer, you found out, of course, that you were in at the marathon, tying 9th, and Van Dam told you, we're going to Scotland, we're going to Disneyland. No, we're going to Scotland. And you did get over there, you had to wait, and then you had 1 day of practice. Did that upset you? Were you nervous? Or did you go back to the hockey days with the brothers where they toughened you up?
Yeah, I think a little bit more of that because I knew going in I was only going to get there on Tuesday morning. Testing would take all day. I wasn't going to be able to go out to the course. So I kind of mentally was able to already, prepare for only one practice round. And I'm actually a person who quite likes that. I don't like overly preparing for events because I feel like the more I play and the more I practice ahead of time, I feel like now the pressure's on to have to, play exceptionally well because I know this course so well now. And that one practice round to me was actually perfect because we ended up playing in such difficult conditions that
you did.
The beautiful day on Wednesday didn't even really matter. All I needed was to see the golf course, just to see where everything is.
How hard was it those next few days? Because from television, I said, whoa. And I've played over there. My great-grandparents are from the Kingdom of Fife near St. Andrews. And I've played St. Andrews. And in the wind and in the sleet even, I've played it. And it is brutal. Mm-hmm. Tell me about your experience.
Yeah, it was just very tough. I think it was gusting up to 40, 45 miles an hour, and it was like all side wind. The front 9 is all off the right, the back 9 is all like into off the left, so kind of not the nicest kind of wind to have, but at the same time it was just, I think the 2 days that I played, I shot one under and one over, I believe, and honestly, those might have been 2 of my best rounds that I've ever played. I get on the weekend, I shot lower and played better, but the conditions were better. And I think those 2 rounds were the ones that set me up to have a good weekend, because it was just, I mean, it was pretty brutal at times, just where you can't even hold yourself against the wind when you're putting. And,
we watched.
And in the rain.
Being a European player for those years growing up and going through high school, winning the ladies European amateur, you had played a lot of the courses, so you were aware of those conditions. You were aware of some of the bounces of the ball, links golf. You were aware of it, and that had to help you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I played a lot of links golf before this. I mean, I don't even know how many times I played the British Am and the British Girls, probably a combined 8 times or so. And and then I went on a trip to Ireland once. So I've played a lot of links golf, and it's personally my favorite kind of golf, and I like it especially in the really harsh conditions.
Well, Sophia, we're going to be watching this summer and really rooting for you as you go to Carnoustie to defend your title. Tell me a little bit about young ladies, girls who really want to get in the game, who love the game like you did. Give them a word in the camera about what they need to do, some advice for them.
I think my biggest advice for any girl trying to play out there is just to really enjoy it, to have fun out on the golf course. To me, there's no point in playing if you don't really enjoy it and you're having a good time. I think that's how you get better. You're not going to get better by just grinding out there and just not liking the sport. So every girl I say, go out there, have fun, find a way to make it fun for yourself. Don't feel like you have to be out there 4 or 5 hours just practicing just because. Find a way that you enjoy practicing. And every person is different, and you don't have to play by a certain playbook. It's everyone's unique in that sense, and so just do your own thing and have fun.
All right, very good. Thank you so much for being with me today on Match Play TV and bringing the real British Open, Ladies Open Championship trophy.
I
Good
love
luck.
being there.
And for you, stay tuned for more Match Play TV.
What's the difference between good and great? Good treats you like a customer. Great treats you like a friend. From saving your haircut details and clip notes to saving you time with online check-in, Great Clips makes your life easier, just like a great friend should. Great Clips, it's gonna be great. What's the difference between good and great? Good tries to get it right every time. Great actually does. With clip notes, we save your haircut details so you always get exactly the look you want. Great Clips, it's gonna be great.
Huh, Ridgeback. Ridgeback? That's pretty cool. So it's a brace for the face?
Ridgeback, like the dog?
I'm really a cat guy. So what is it?
The best feeling and longest metal wood you'll ever hit.
Is that Bernhard?
Oh, great, Langer.
You know why I play Tour Edge? Because I win with it.
Pound for pound, nothing comes close.